Today I'll be talking to you about a small country in Africa known as Rwanda and show you some of the numerous reasons why you should invest in this country. Rwanda is best known for the Rwanda genocide in 1994, in which an estimated 800,000 people were killed in an 100-day span. Although most do not know the unfathomable strides the nation has made in the past 18 years. Today Rwanda is home to over 11 million people in a country the size of the state of Maryland, and it is one of the fastest growing economies in the world, currently rising at 6% per year. In 1994, the country's GDP was at $416, and in 2011, it was at an astonishing $5,628. This is only a small number compared to the United States, who's currently at 14.5 million, but it's much higher than other African countries such as Sierra Leone, who has a GDP at about $1,900, or Somalia, which is currently at $917. What's played into this rise, you might ask? And what indications are there Rwanda has the potential to progress even more? It's important to know that Rwanda's economy is extremely well-rounded, and this characteristic has allowed the economy to rise at such a fast pace. The components that make Rwanda's economy so well-rounded are its strong industry, strong agriculture, and large tourist attraction. Rwanda's industries are mainly responsible for producing cigarettes, plastics, soap, and cement. Although the industries are successful, showing a 7% increase in profit per year, they are very limited because of the poor road systems in Rwanda, making it hard to transport goods across the country. New road systems would be a great investment because they would be used non-stop by the people. The easy travel would only allow Rwanda's economy to grow even more because goods and supplies could be quickly shipped across the country carefree. This would also be a relatively cheap investment due to Rwanda's small size, so roads could be built quicker and much cheaper. The agriculture system is very strong as well. The main crop in the area is coffee, which contributes about 90% of all farming profits in Rwanda. In 2008, it was recorded that coffee brought in about $50 million in revenue to Rwanda. Rwanda's coffee industry is currently being heavily invested by Starbucks, one of the most successful coffee companies in the world today. And with coffee consumption going up each year, it is clear profits are going to continue to rise. This crop is extremely abundant in the area, although production is limited due to the lack of equipment farmers are given. It would be wise to invest in the agriculture business because by doing so, more money can be spent on better farming tools, which will only result in an even larger increase in production than what's been seen over the last decade. With these improvements, we can make one of the staples of the already strong Rwandan economy even stronger. The tourist attractions in Rwanda have skyrocketed as well over the past 10 years, mainly in Rwanda's capital, Kigali, which is now considered to be one of the nicest and safest cities in the world. Tourism has in fact become so popular in Rwanda that it contributes about 40% of the country's annual GDP. Kigali offers tourists so much. It has high-class restaurants, bars, memorials from the 1994 genocide, churches, clubs, and even wildlife tours. Along with going to see the beautiful city, people come to Rwanda to visit Volcanoes National Park, one of only 2 places in the world that inhabit wild gorillas. Tours are set up daily so people can take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. With all the tourism in Rwanda, the hotel business is booming. And with over 30 5-star hotels in Kigali alone, it is not hard to find a place to stay when visiting this beautiful city. Although the hotel business is doing very well, there are definitely rooms for improvement. By putting money in Rwanda's hotels, this will allow the business to expand into smaller towns, not just big cities, become more high class, and provide more for their guests. Another important factor about Rwanda that needs to be addressed is that they are one of only a small amount of African nations that offer free public schools for ages 5 to 13. One area of improvement in Rwanda's school system is that the average class size is about 20 students higher than the average class in the United States. Investing in Rwanda's school systems could result in a decrease in class size because they could have the money to hire more teachers and make bigger school buildings. By decreasing class size, each student will get more attention. With more school attention, it is likely students will be inclined to stay in school longer because they will feel more involved in the school and be able to learn more each day. This is very important because the average number of years a Rwandan spends in school is currently only 3 years. This is only a fraction of the 13 years the average American spends in school. Another reason to invest into the Rwanda school system is that with more money, they would be able to offer free education until the age of 18, like schools in America, instead of the age of 13. Along with education, investment in Rwanda would be extremely promising for you because two qualities that have been known to plague most African countries do not cause much problem in Rwanda. These two factors are AIDS and debt. Currently, Rwanda is in debt $747 million, which is a pretty meager amount next to the US's $15 trillion debt. This low debt, along with a high GDP, have allowed Rwanda's economy to grow during this worldwide depression, unlike most nations across the world. Rwanda's kept a relatively low AIDS rate at about 3%, compared to the 5% rate for the average African nation. Although this stat does not seem like much, this 2% difference has put Rwanda at a lower AIDS rate than about 80% of Africa. It is pretty clear that although Rwanda does still have some weaknesses, their progress since the genocide of 1994 is staggering and proves that this nation will make any investor a large profit in the near future. Investing in a low-risk, high-reward nation will lead to extremely high profit for all investors, and that is why it would be foolish not to put your money into a country like Rwanda.